Dostlar selam. Bugün çok özel bir bölümle karşınızdayız. Son dönemde özellikle İngiltere ve Birleşik Krallık'a açılan çok fazla yerli girişim var. Biz de bu girişimlerin ve açılmayı düşünenlerin merak ettiklerini cevaplamak için İngiltere Başkonsolosluğu'na geldik. Sağ olsunlar bizi davet ettiler. Hemen yanımda da İngiltere Başkonsolosu Kenan Poleo var. Kendisiyle konuşacağız İngiltere'nin ve Birleşik Krallık'ın Türkiye'deki girişimlere sunduğu şeylerden. Videonun devamı İngilizce olacak. O yüzden İngilizce devam etmek için hemen YouTube'dan altyazıları açabilirsiniz. Otomatik olarak çeviriyor olacaktır. Şimdi İngilizceye geçiş yapıyorum. Hi Kenan.
Hi there, hoş geldiniz Bear.
Thank you. Thank you. I want to start by thanking you. Thanks for the invitation and the British Consul General. Thanks for having us.
Estağfurullah. Anytime.
I want to start this interview by talking about the Turkish and the UK tech ecosystems. They are pretty much in tandem right now. A lot of Turkish startups are expanding into UK. A lot of UK startups are doing special promotions that we might call them, dedicated to Turkish startups that might help them get to UK, expand to UK, and the Consulate General firsthand doing this. So can you give us some info on that? What are the plans? What are you doing right now? What are you planning on doing in the future?
Sure. Well, I mean, look, we in the UK have had a trading relationship with Turkey for over 400 years now. But that's mainly been on goods. And now we have an opportunity to really modernize that trading relationship by focusing on this amazing ecosystem that you have here, the tech ecosystem that you have here, which is so diverse and so well supported by so many accelerators and scale-ups and spaces here. Ecosystem in the UK, our tech ecosystem is worth $1 trillion, which is huge. And so to bring the capability that you have here with the capability that we have in the UK, have collaboration, look to see how we can scale up and grow and truly go global from each other's markets is a phenomenal opportunity. I'm really keen to do as much as I can as Consul General and Trade Commissioner to promote that because I feel the energy. It's hard not to.
That's great, actually. That is great that you can feel the energy. And as you said, it is a huge opportunity, a huge market, like $100 trillion.
Yeah,
it is huge. And there's a piece of the pie that everyone can get. When the pie that huge, everyone can get a piece. Let's say I'm a Turkish startup. I'm a young entrepreneur. I'm planning on expanding into UK. I have my plans. I have my numbers ready. My numbers are stacking up. I have a good business. I am feeling ready to expand into UK.
I'm feeling that.
Yes, you're feeling that.
I'm feeling it.
And then let's say, what does the UK offer to me in general? Not the ecosystem side, but the governance type things. What does the UK offer to me that will ease my expanding?
I mean, well, the first that the UK offers is it's a truly diverse and global country. And all of the cities across the UK have the opportunity and the potential to welcome you as an entrepreneur or as a company that's looking to scale up there. And that kind of governance that's there. I mean, look, we have ranges from a whole range of support systems that we can provide you, access the environment, access information, access knowledge, access innovation, access opportunities to meet partners as well. And so my team here would join you up with teams in the UK to make that happen. And, you know, I mean, it's relatively straightforward to incorporate your company in the UK. I mean, it could take less than 24 hours. And with only £1 of capital investment, you can start up in the UK and start scaling up from that opportunity there. And we have it sounds a bit boring, but we have a double taxation agreement with Turkey. So it means that you don't face that double jeopardy of tax systems. So ranging from the super cool, you're accessing an amazing ecosystem. I know you didn't want me to use that word, but I did. Amazing ecosystem right the way through to a range of support and huge opportunities. And that's why we're seeing so many successful Turkish startups and scale-ups coming over to the UK and accessing funding. You were talking about that pie.
Yes.
Well, that pie chocolate Italy in the UK.
Yes, indeed.
It's a tasty pie. I mean, I think in terms of access to finance and access to scale up you kind of need cash investment,
you need cash to scale up.
Right? And I think in 2022 we had over $30 billion of VC investment came into the UK to those startups and scale-ups. That's huge. Number and a huge opportunity. So I think access to that finance is something that we in the UK would provide to really brilliant, really innovative and really focused startups and scale-ups that have got a clear vision and a clear product or service that they really want to sell to the world.
Yes, that is actually a huge opportunity, as you said. The pie is there, the opportunity is there, the financing is there, most importantly. The many problems that scale-ups around the globe in Turkey also face is having the reach to that finance that they need. They cannot find the finance as the VC money is limited compared to the UK, as you've just given the example of how big the opportunity is. But in addition to that, there's also the ecosystem and its minds. It is also valuable too, not only the financing, but the money being smart. You don't just need money, you need the smart money.
Exactly.
And when you get to the market like UK, expand into places like that, you get access to the smart money that we call. And also smart founders. A lot of founders need smart founders by their side so they can scale their business better. I mean, they need better understanding, better consultation. Who can give that to them? Another VC in here, another VC in there, that might help. But also, talking to the founders is also a big step in that. And I think the UK ecosystem provides that too, because not only I get to the financing, but when I get to an incubation center or anything like that, or a tech week, when I go to the London TechWeek, I meet a lot of great minds. One of the biggest opportunities UK also gives is the smart money and the smart founders that you can meet there and expand your business upon that too. And in the last few months, we had a lot of, let's say years, to be correct and precise, in the last few years, we had a lot of Turkish startups going into the UK. We have Kiralarsın by the name of Rundle, having a business in the London. We also have Denebunu, named Semplico in the UK. We also have Otel Z, as we call in Turkish. They're going by the same name. I mean, it's just the list goes on and on. And as you said, the access to finance and all that other good stuff is there. But I also want to touch on the free trade agreement that has been going around. I mean, it used to be there, and now it will expand upon something bigger, something new. There are negotiations going on. As far as I know, it will begin officially in June. The talks are there, but the sides will meet at the table and talk about all the other stuff and the financing, all that other good stuff. We start in June. So can you give me a little information about what will happen?
Yeah, absolutely. I think before that, though, I want to go back to that point you were talking about the founders and the access to VCs and Tech Week, because I totally agree with you. In actual fact, there's a fantastic opportunity for tech companies who are looking to scale up and grow to come over to London Tech Week in June. And so hopefully we'll be bringing a delegation from Turkey of some of the smartest, most innovative, most exciting companies who are ready kind of take the hand of that opportunity. And that Tech Week will bring all companies from around the world an opportunity to meet with 1,000 VCs, investors, and tech giants to really help them solidify ambition and explore what they want to do, because it's not just around the access to finance, it's that smart access. So I just want to make a plug there, huge plug. If you're interested in coming to London Tech Week and you are a Turkish scale-up startup, please reach out, contact my team from a link here or here. I don't even know if that's possible. But I think...
here. Dostlar duydunuz. Direkt İngiltere Başkonsolosluğu'ndan. Lütfen başvurun. Lütfen iletişime geçin. Buradaki ekiple biz gerekli bilgileri de sağlıyor olacağız. Şimdi geri dönüyorum.
Çok teşekkür ederim. and you're absolutely right about those companies as well. And last 2 years ago, we launched this program for the most innovative companies who hadn't been based in the UK yet, to get a softer landing package around how to establish themselves in the UK. And at that point, we ran it across 33 countries in Europe. And the first year that Turkey entered, Turkey won. It became the number one company. That was Enbiosis, who were working on AI and gut health solutions, and are now kind of like establishing and setting themselves up, as being a real global entity. So we're very proud of that. We've also had really great examples of companies like Delivery AI, which is like the largest kind of most successful and number one in the UK and most of Europe, kind of small delivery systems. They're kind of like super cool little robots and stuff, which I think you can see sometimes up and down Baghdad, try to see here as well. I mean, that is like a world leader, global tech company that's really grown and growing in the UK. And we have so many examples of that. So I just want to see more of those, really, of that opportunity.
When you said the other startups in the specific examples, when you go into specific examples, I want to learn, does the UK focus on certain subsectors when it comes to startups, or it is all inclusive? I mean, we talk about the diversity is important, but sometimes you have focus points There are focal points that you must focus in order to gain more traction, to gain more startup businesses coming in. So are there any subsectors or all technology sectors are included in that focal point?
It's a really interesting question because it's really hard to think of a sector or a subsector where you don't have enabling technologies like AI playing a role in all of them. So I think because we are such a large economy, it's pretty broad based the offer that we have here. But of course, there are subsectors that we really do have strength. And one of them, of course, is AI as well. So I think after China and the US, the UK is the number 3 destination for AI investment and AI growth as well. So I think that as a ubiquitous cross-cutting technology is there. But of course, you know, London's been a financial capital for hundreds of years. So when it comes to fintech and e-commerce and any kind of those different areas, be it kind of inclusive financing systems as well, that really is an area of strength that we would like to see more kind of connections. And I think that, you know, you have some amazing opportunities here, some really innovative companies in that space here as well, contending with a lot of challenges all economies over the past couple of years have had to face with, you know, massive shocks. And that has then led people to innovate for services and products that really help people through those shocks in the UK as well. So I think that's another great example. And of course, med tech, health tech as well. I mentioned the example of Embiosis, but because we have such a strong health research base in the UK with you know, Cambridge and Oxford, but also our universities across the piece, and really transformative, really exciting innovation centres like the Cell and Gene Therapy Catapult, which is actually based in the hospital that I was born in. So that was Kismet, I think. You know, you have all of these things that provide an opportunity for people to come into that system and grow and collaborate and meet partners, not just from the UK, but from around the world. So, you know, the UK, like Turkey, you know, London, like Istanbul, are truly global cities.
Yes. I mean, actually, I don't have anything to add to that because you are absolutely 100% correct. And
I love that, Ben. You can come here more often.
I would. There's also why you said Kismet. I hope the Turkish startups have Kismet when they're expanding into UK.
I hope so too.
They are kısmetlidirler umarım. And I want to go back to the previous questions, to the free trade agreement, the agreement negotiations that will start. And there's not much information going around because it will commence in the June. Correct me if I'm wrong, I might be wrong. What will be happening there? What are the negotiations like? What will be put upon the previous free trade agreement? Do you have any information on that?
I mean, I think it's, you know, it's all very early stages. So we had a call for evidence, a kind of katkı çağrı that we did at the end of last year to really understand from people, businesses, entrepreneurs, academics, anyone really, what they thought would be kind of like key things that they'd want to see in a revitalized or a renewed free trade agreement between Turkey and the UK. And the ambition of the free trade agreement is always going to be to improve the flow of business, of trade, of services between our two countries and set the framework for that as well. Now, we were trading with Turkey for hundreds of years before there was one there Now, I think there's an opportunity for the UK and Turkey to get together and develop a new free trade agreement that could set the standard for the rest of the world, particularly when it comes to things like services and technology. Most trade agreements were focused around moving goods.
Yes. The trading relationships between Turkey and the UK, just like you said, has been going around for hundreds of years. It is a big trading relationship and there's a big pie, just like we previously mentioned. And how big is that pie exactly?
So exactly, currently, our trading relationship between the UK and Turkey is over £26 billion, which is huge, and it's grown so much over the last couple of years as well. But I think there's a really strong opportunity for that to grow even further over the next few years. and also with the potential FTA,
Yes.
Which we're now about to start negotiations on.
Yes, the FTA, the pie will even grow better, grow stronger.
Exactly.
And with the Turkish startups coming in, it will grow even further.
Çok lezzetli bir börek.
Yes, çok lezzetli bir pie.
Çok lezzetli bir pie.
Do you have any guesses on when will we see the agreement officially announced? Like 2025 might be the year, you might say.
I really can't. I
really
think
can't.
a negotiation is a negotiation. So I
Yes.
think it's going to be up to how the pace that both sides set and move forward on that.
Yes. We have a question on the personal side, on your personal side, and what do you think about it? The London, just like you said, it is after following the US and other countries, and it is high up there. It is the tech ecosystems beating hard in compared to the US, and there's a tech ecosystem that is building there, like a Silicon Valley, you might call it. And the London, the Manchester is growing bigger. And so there's also the fact that you live there when you move there. So the personal side is actually about that too. Like, what can a founder find in living in London and living in UK? Because you not only build a business there, you not only do business, you actually live there. You get to attend the cultural events, you get to meet people, you get to eat with them, you get to drink with them. It is a whole culture. And how do you think the Turkish and the UK culture gets together? Like on the personal side.
Thank you. That's a really good, it's an important question, right?
Yes.
Because people are people and want to go and live somewhere where they feel welcome, where they feel safe, and where they feel entertained as well. And so I'm from London, but I've lived in Birmingham and I've traveled around the UK as well. What I love about the UK is that it is genuinely diverse. So you will go to any city and you will meet people from around the world. And that's even reflected in our government as well, where we have ministers who are of Indian heritage, of Chinese heritage, of African and of Caribbean heritage as well. You have consul generals who are of Turkish heritage as well. So you have an opportunity to go to a country, but then really explore many other cultures as well, including food as well, which is just kind of like you can eat your way around the world in 48 hours quite successfully. And, I love the music venues that we have there as well. If you're into music, you're going to get, the kind of like live performances and concerts that you want to see from whatever music that you like as well. You have kind of, great places to visit as well, like really kind of cool, hip places that are accessible. They're not super expensive as well. So you can travel around and get different vibes and meet different crowds and really kind of lean into a country that really wants to kind of welcome you. And our relationship with the UK and Turkey is really strong as well. Most people well connected with will have Turkish friends as well. We've had 5 million people every kind of like last year visit Turkey on holiday as well, including to Istanbul. The numbers are growing and growing and growing. So there's a kind of like an openness and a friendliness there that I feel is uniquely UK. Having lived in other parts in Europe, that's something that I feel really strongly about.
Yes.
Once you come to the UK, you can celebrate your own culture as being Turkish, but also you'll be welcomed as being British as well.
Yes.
Who doesn't want to be welcomed?
Yes, and that is important. A lot of founders face the challenges that are not feeling welcomed.
Yeah.
And that is something quite important, as not only you do business, but you do business in the same mindset that you live your life upon.
Exactly.
So when you're feeling down or feeling anything other than that, it affects your business too.
Yeah.
So feeling welcomed in where you are and feeling like you belong to there is something so important for other founders and every founder, I think. Thank you for your personal answer.
Not at all. Thank you very much for coming today. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you for the invitation once
Exactly.
again. Thank you and the Consulate General for having us. Dostlar, bölümümüzün sonuna geldik. Videonun bir kısmında dediğimiz üzere eğer ki bu konuyla ilgileniyorsanız ve ekiple iletişime geçmek istiyorsanız gerekli bilgileri hemen aşağıda sağlıyor olacağız. Bir sonraki videoda görüşmek üzere. Kendinize iyi bakın.
Görüşmek üzere.